Before Lyndhurst was founded in 1917, it went through many changes, which means the town is a lot older than that. That's just the name. This I'm about to read is from the Lyndhurst Historical Society, which is where I get most of my information about Lyndhurst, and you know, Wikipedia, but don't tell my professors, because they'll be mad. 5,308 acres of upland and 10,000 acres of meadow, located between the Hackensack and Passaic rivers, extending 7 miles from the Newark Bay to Sanford Springs, later changed to Boiling Springs, was called Minnehaha by the Native Americans, the Hackensacks. When the Dutch settled in the area in 1640, they later called it Achterk Hall. In 1664, British Army Major Nathaniel Kingsland, stationed in Barbados, developed an interest in the lands that were taken from the Dutch by the British. He dispatched a native of the island, Captain William Sanford, to research and purchase the lands near what is now called New York City. Sanford agreed to pay an annual rental of £20 for the lands and settle 6 or 8 families within 3 years. The tract of land purchased by Major Kingsland include present communities of Rutherford, Lyndhurst, North Arlington, Kearney, East Newark, and Harrison. On July 29, 1668, Captain Sanford bought the titles of this land from the Hackensacks. The price was 170 fathoms, or 1,200 feet, of black wampum. That's a lot of wampum. 19 match coats, 16 guns, 60 double hands of powder, 10 pairs of breeches, only 10, 60 knives, 67 bars of lead, 1 acker or about 10 gallons of brandy. Party! 3 half vats of beer. Party! 11 blankets, 13 axes, 20 hoes, farming utensils, not derogatory terms, as 2 coats of duffel, coarse woolen cloth. Since Major Kingsland was stationed on Barbados and the shape of the territory he purchased here was a neck of land between 2 rivers, he named the acquisition New Barbados Neck. In June 1671, Nathaniel Kingsland sold the southern third of New Barbados Neck, Harrison, East Newark, Kearney, and North Arlington to William Sanford for £200. Whew. Big spender. It was probably a lot back then. He kept the section that now comprises of Rutherford and Lyndhurst. Major Kingsland never came to America, but his nephews Isaac and Gustavus settled here. Isaac constructed the first real house in Lyndhurst in the vicinity of Kingsland and Schuyler Ave. That's way down. That's by Lewandowski Park. When Isaac died in 1698, his eldest son, Colonel Edmund Kingsland, inherited all the lands and buildings he owned. It's a goodie. So now, I'm going to show you 2 historical buildings that are just near this park that I parked. Oh, near this park that I parked. Alright, let's go. Let's do this. As I near the park, I'm going to read this paper that's slowly getting soaked. Oh no! The ink is dripping. On January 9th, 1804, Jacob Van Winkle deeded a strip of land to school trustees for the construction of a school. Van Winkle requested a token yearly rent of just 1 peppercorn if demanded for the land. Peppercorn was a dried berry of black pepper, expensive in quantity because it was an Asian spice that had to be imported by ship. The first schoolhouse was erected the same year with money raised by subscription. The cost was $162 Woohoo! Thus born was the first public school system in Bergen. There we go. Now, the building was used until 1849 when it was torn down and a two-story frame building was erected. See how it has 2 stories? The first floor was used until 1873 when an increase in population created a need for more space. I love it when a plane flies overhead while I'm trying to talk. Another teacher was hired and the second floor was equipped. Cupola and bell were added in 1874, as well as 2 closets for a library. In 1849, the building was used until 1893. Oh, the 1849 building was used until 1893. So yeah, that's the schoolhouse. Now, some people say that the schoolhouse is haunted by the ghosts of the school teachers of the past. I don't know what to believe, because apparently there's a mannequin of a school teacher, so that could be the ghost they're talking about. But then again, one time when I was walking on Riverside, you know, minding my own business, parkouring at night, doing my ninja stuff, I saw someone looking out the window. Now, unless that's the museum keeper, which I hope it is, I don't know, you know, who would be in a schoolhouse that was like built like 200 years ago. I don't know who would be in there like fooling around, looking out the window. So yeah, that's my spooky ghost story experience. Now, the next house I'm gonna drive up to is the Van Winkle house. The Van Winkle house was built in 1797 by Jacob Van Winkle. Who would have thought it? It was used as a home until 1921, when it was purchased by the Masonic Order. It's still being used as a Masonic lodge today. The house is registered in Historical Architect Building Survey of 1934. Oh, here it is. I missed it. This is the Van Winkle house. Now it's a Masonic Order building where they hold their meetings. Lyndhurst historical documentary. So concludes it, and I'll see you next time.